You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Muhammad Naimov takes on Kaan Ofli this weekend on the UFC Saudi Arabia card. This is an interesting matchup. Kaan Ofli, coming off of the Ultimate Fighter, most recently fought for the Ultimate Fighter championship, whatever you want to call it, final against Myron Santos. Just got brutally knocked out in that one. Awful knockout. That wasn't that long ago, back in August. So taking on Muhammad Naimov. Again, he's coming off of a loss, but to Felipe Lima, who is just absolute stud, coming out of Brazil. Recently beat, who'd he beat? What was his name? Guy from Kansas. Miles Johns. Very good fighter. Felipe Lima took that on short notice, came out on fire against Naimov. Naimov had a good showing, though. Backed him up, got his own takedowns. Ended up getting caught in the third round by choke, but to be able to hang in there with somebody like Felipe Lima, and I know it's on short notice, but still looked really good against a guy like that. Before that, Eric Silva, kind of a fluke leg injury, set back against the cage, and I don't know, I think he blew out his knee or something like that. But the Nathaniel Wood fight looked really good in that fight, mixing up his takedowns. I think he dropped Nathaniel Wood in the first round. He got dropped as well, but very aggressive ground and pound in that fight. One thing to note, especially with this being in Saudi Arabia, is that Naimov will cheat. He will grab the fence. He will grab your gloves. He will kick you in the nuts. He will do what he's got to do to win. And with it being in Saudi Arabia, I don't think that they're going to penalize him for it. I think they'll warn him, and they'll probably warn him 4 or 5 more times before taking a point. So, groin shot. Colin Anglin did the same thing to Malarkey. So, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, and the UFC will let you cheat, especially if they want you to win. So, knocked out Jamin Malarkey. Was kind of getting pushed around in that fight. Malarkey, I feel like he's kind of underrated. So for him to be able to get that finish over him, he did take it on short notice too. But beats Dylan Schulte. A lot of good wins. Losing to some guys. He got out grappled against Colin Anglin in his Dana White's Contender Series fight, which is kind of concerning. It says a lot for Colin Anglin because I feel like Naimov's a very good grappler in his own right. So I do think that Naimov gets this done. Kaan Ofli, coming off of that awful knockout not too long ago, I think he's going to be very gun shy. Very good on the ground, a lot of chokes, and we did see Naimov get choked out recently against Felipe Lima, but I just don't think he's good enough to beat somebody like Naimov. Very well-rounded guy, a lot of good experience. He's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage over him. Naimov's 30 years old. Kaan Ofli, he's 31. I just think Naimov has too many tools. I think Kaan Ofli, I think he's going to be trying to get it to the ground and looking to work his submission game, but I think that Naimov's going to be beating him up on the feet and making him work and just not letting him get to the positions that he wants on the ground to win and to win rounds. So I'm going to go with Naimov in this one. I think he's going to. I think he might get the knockout over Kaan Ofli. Honestly, Kaan Ofli, great record. 11-3-1. Just lost by knockout, but before that, he's only losing decisions. So I could see a knockout on Naimov, but I'll probably lean towards finishing this one. So I think Naimov, I could see him losing a round or so. Kaan Ofli doing enough on the ground or doing enough on the feet, getting a takedown at the end of one of the rounds to steal one. But I do think Naimov's the better fighter. I think he'll probably get this one done. Odds are -260 for Naimov, so odds makers are thinking the same thing. So I'm gonna go with Muhammad Naimov by decision. Thanks, guys.